All right, we're going to start with the do now. The word that you're going to put in the blank is advocate. So this is a show you know. So you're going to fill in the vocabulary word and complete the sentence. The word is advocate. It is a noun, and it's someone who publicly supports a person or cause. So you're going to fill in the first blank with our academic vocabulary word, and then you're going to complete the sentence. So a person is an advocate when he or she, and you're going to complete that sentence. Just a reminder, if your camera is not on, if it is on and I can't see you, then you need to make sure that you fix that so we can have some type of eye contact, so I know that you're there and I'm not just talking to a black screen. All right, so you guys are going to complete the do now on in the chat. So make sure that you are writing in a complete sentence. You use a capital letter at the beginning of that sentence and punctuation. As 8th graders, I shouldn't have to remind you to do that, but just remember that is a part of a complete sentence. All right, I'm gonna give you like 2 minutes to do that, and then we'll go over your responses. I am expecting everyone to respond. So here's an example. A person is an advocate when he or she stands up for a cause they believe in. All right, so I use advocate in the first blank, and then I completed the sentence for about 20 minutes. And then we're going to do a main idea and detail mini lesson, and we will start on our vocabulary for lesson 1.4. Renaya says a person is an advocate when he or she agrees with other people's thoughts. Okay. Dewan, not sure. Ivana, Leslie, and Renaya, you guys can go ahead and pull up your student application. Okay, so next we're going to jump right into main idea. You guys already took a pretest last week that kind of gave you an overview of what you already know about main idea and what are some things you may need to work on. So we're going to do a mini lesson right now, and then next week we'll have practice with actually putting this skill to work. All right, so the main idea is the most important part of the text. You can also think about it as what the author wants you to understand the most, okay? So in any of your classes that has to do with reading, reading a text or anything like that, 9 times out of the 10, they're gonna ask you, what is the main idea? Or what is the central idea? What is the most important part of this text, right? So it's important that you guys understand how to identify main idea, because this is a concept that you will run into quite a bit, especially in this class. We'll identify main idea every text that we have. All right, so some things to help you identify main idea. There are clues. All right, so we're going to go through the clues. I have each one of you read out one of the clues. So let's start with the first one. Dewan, read the first one for us.
Look at the titles and headings.
Right, so the titles and headings are clues to what you're going to be reading about. Let me find my book. All right, so if I chose this book, the title of this book is called Summer on Wheels, a road trip like no other. I can infer that they're going to talk about a road trip during the summer, okay, just by reading the title. Here's another book. It's called Someone in the Darkness. You can tell by the cover as well. They're going to be describing or explaining or telling us things that happen at night or in the darkness, okay? So always read the titles. If you are reading a chapter book that has subtitles or subheadings, read those, okay? It's like a precursor. It's like kind of like a trailer to what you'll be reading about, okay? Marcus, read the next one.
Look.
We didn't hear you. Can you repeat that? Did you guys hear?
No.
I said look at the pictures.
Okay, look at the picture. So pictures are pictures, images, captions. All of those are text features. Text features give us more information about the text. So look at the pictures, okay? Before you read, analyze the pictures, evaluate the pictures, okay? They're gonna be clues to what you'll be reading about. Leslie, read the, this one's kind of backwards. I'll read it. Sometimes the main idea is stated in the first or last sentence in the first paragraph. So if you have a passage, pay attention to that first paragraph. It might be in the first sentence, it might be in the last sentence, it might be the first sentence of the second paragraph, but pay attention to that general first part of the passage or the text. It's gonna outline what you'll be reading about. All right, Leslie, read the next one.
Look for clue words that are used repeatedly.
Okay. The author wants you to notice a word. So they're going to use it constantly. If it's something that they think that you should pay close attention to, Dewan, or something that they want you to understand, they're going to repeat it. All right. And Renaya, read the last one.
All right. Look for words that you use repeatedly.
Got to put it up. Read this the last one.
Ask yourself, what is the story telling me?
Okay. Literally ask yourself, what does the author want me to understand the most? What is the story telling me? What is the most important idea? Okay. These clues will help you narrow down or help you identify what the most important part is. You might have to use more than one clue. You might not be able just to tell what the main idea is by just looking at the title or looking at the heading. You might have to use a combination of all 5 of these, okay? But for sure, definitely ask yourself, what is this story telling me, okay? Now, so that's main idea. We're gonna move on to details. Details support the main idea. They tell us more. They give more information. They elaborate, okay? So the supporting details tell us how, what, when, where, why, how much, or how many, okay? They are giving us the meat of, that's what the meat is of the passage or the text, okay? These details give us more information. So if we're reading an article about a baseball game, the title is going to tell us what's the baseball team? The Blackhawks won the game, right? So the body of the paragraph or the body of the text, the details of the text, they're going to tell us how many home runs did someone hit, how many, or where was the game, you know, things like that. So they're going to give us more information, okay? So with that being said, can anyone tell me what is one clue that we just talked about? What are some things that you need to look for or look at when you're trying to identify the main idea? Marcus, give me one. You can type it. Dewan, give me one. Marcus, you can type your answer.
Wait. Give you one or what?
Give me a clue that helps me identify the main idea we just talked about on the last slide. We just talked about it, literally. Like not even 5 minutes ago. Person, place, or thing. Leslie, what?
Book cover.
Huh?
The book cover.
Well, that's a part of the title. Look at the title, look at the headings. What else do you need to pay attention to when you're trying to identify the main idea of a text? You guys need to take notes because just looking at my PowerPoint doesn't. You guys might need to take notes. All right, let's go through this again. Dewan, read the first one. Read the first clue.
Look at titles and headings.
Leslie, read the next one.
Look at the pictures.
Okay, sometimes the main idea is stated in the first or last sentence, so look at the first paragraph. Renaya, read the next one. Yes.
Look for clue words that are used repeatedly.
All right, Mark, the last one. Read the last clue.
Ask yourself, what is the story? Ask yourself, what is this story telling me?
So these are the clues. I'm going to ask you guys again at the end of the class period. What are the clues to help us identify the main idea? You look at the title, look at the pictures, look at the first paragraph, look for words that are used repeatedly, and then you ask yourself, what is the story telling me? All right, do you guys know, what do the supporting details tell you? Let's see if you guys remember that. Marcus.